Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to the Quranly channel. On today's short Quranly reminder, I want to talk about a verse from chapter 59 of the Quran, verse 19, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَا تَكُونُوا كَالَّذِينَ نَسُوا اللَّهَ فَأَنْسَاهُمْ أَنفُسَهُمْ أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْفَاسِقُونَ. That do not be like those who forgot Allah, and as a result Allah made them forget themselves. They are the ones, these people are the ones who are true transgressors. Now this particular ayah of the Quran is very near and dear to my heart. This is one of those ayat that has had a huge impact on myself and a lot of the work that I've been focusing on over the past couple of years. Because this ayah is informing us that if you forget Allah, if you turn away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you won't know who you are. You would lose your bearings. You wouldn't understand what you are, why you exist, what the purpose of your life is. You would be unaware of all of these things. And what's really interesting is that the word nasya is specifically a type of forgetting which is almost deliberate. So, as human beings, we forget things all the time, right? It's a part of our nature as human beings to forget. But nasya is referring to the type of forgetting where you're actually turning yourself away from a particular direction. You're moving away. You're deliberately forcing yourself to forget something. So that's the type of understanding we should have here, is that when Allah is talking about people that forgot Allah, we can be more specific here and understand that these are people who are turning themselves away from Allah. They are keeping themselves away from Allah. And this is interesting because we know we have the fitrah, this innate disposition, this innate knowing of Allah. And therefore it takes a lot of effort to turn yourselves away from Allah. And again, this is something that's been studied now as well, where it's been shown that atheism, the denial of God, is an acquired position. It takes effort to hold on to a view which suggests that there is no God, there is no creator. So if you turn away from Allah deliberately and you make the effort to do that, realize and understand that you won't know yourself. You will lose a sense of who you are as a human being. And this is an important point, brothers and sisters, because a lot of young people these days are turning away from God, turning away from Islam, and are just doing or following whatever's in fashion, whatever's trending. Because they think that turning away from Allah, turning away from Islam has no implications. But they are mistaken. Any worldview you adopt, Islam is our worldview. If you leave Islam and you adopt a secular worldview, whatever the case is, every worldview has implications. There are consequences that you'd have to face. It's not just as easy as just swapping out beliefs and nothing happens, or views and nothing happens. So when you deny Allah, when you say there is no God, there is no creator, when you turn away from Islam, then you're going to end up in a position where you, especially if you adopt atheism or just a denial of God, you're going to end up with a position where you have to believe now that everything is an accident. There is no meaning behind anything, therefore. Everything has just happened by chance, just atoms and molecules whizzing around, colliding into each other, bumping into each other over millions of years, and have formed into everything that we see today. And that means ultimately there is no meaning behind anything. That includes us as human beings, that includes our thoughts and everything else. And I want us to realize the implication here. Life is meaningless without Allah. You have no direction. There is no ultimate purpose. All you're left with is the ability to just make up purpose for yourself. In other words, lie to yourself. Furthermore, if you deny Allah, you deny Islam, you don't know what you're doing on this planet. You don't know what you are, what your essence is. All you're left with is, I'm just this physical being, an intelligent animal. That's how they refer to you. You're just an intelligent animal, atoms and molecules in motion, randomly. What does that mean for you? What does that mean about your identity? If you don't know you have a soul, you don't know you've been placed on this earth to be tested, you don't know that what you do on this earth will determine where you end up in the hereafter for an eternity, then what is your life all about? What is the point of living? And this is what you refer to as nihilism. you would fall into nihilism, meaninglessness. You're just living out your days for no reason. What a depressing outlook on life. And this is what Allah says, that those that turn away from the remembrance of Allah, they would have depressed, constricted lives. Ma'ishatan dhanka, this constriction in their lives. And we can understand why now. So reflect upon this ayat, brothers and sisters. If you truly want to know yourself, your essence, what you are, who you are, where you come from, where you're going, and understand the purpose behind all of this, the only way is through knowing Allah. You have to remember Allah. If you forget Allah, you will forget who you are. And if you forget who you are, life is not worth living. I'll leave you guys with this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And make sure, if you haven't already, download the Quranly app, check it out, do the free trial. It's a phenomenal app, as I've said many times before, and is designed specifically to help you develop a regular, consistent relationship with the Quran. Till next time, take care. Assalamu alaikum.